Wheatus, and you're watching SXTV.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Perry here for SXTV interviewing BBB, as his fans know him, but Brandon B. Brown from Wheatus, and thank you for joining us. I mean, how are you finding Essex so far?
I love Essex. I have friends in Essex at South End, and I've been to Essex many times.
That's good. I heard you tried Happy Days last night. Are you alright?
Tried Happy Days? Oh, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's fine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the garlic mayo tasted like paint, but the rest of it was nice.
That's fantastic. Well, obviously you're here promoting your new album, the Valentine.
Yeah.
So, what can we expect tonight?
Well, we're doing a lot. We tried to get like 2 or 3 songs from every album. A lot of the first record, just because people want to hear that one, but you know, we're spreading out a little bit. We have a few covers as well.
One thing I've always wanted to ask is, in the video for Lemonade, you have little Lego men having sex. Now, whose idea was that?
Well, it was kind of a joint effort, myself and the director, Oliver Broadbent. He's a really nice lad who is sort of expert manipulator of small toys in front of cameras. So he came up with the concept, and then together we scripted it.
That's cool, so it's nice to see stop motion videos.
Yeah. It's a time-consuming and labor-intensive process, but he did it very well.
I was wondering as well, because I saw an interview the other day where you described the Valentine LP as kind of apocalyptic love songs. I was wondering if you considered like Green Day and the Flaming Lips have converted one album to like a rock opera, so it's the American Idiot and Yoshimi Basket Rover. Have you ever thought of something like that?
It's not quite as much of a narrative conceptual arc as those records you're talking about. It's just a bit more of a couple of vignettes from the post-apocalypse. The time after the banks have finally ruined the world economy for good, and we're all learning how to hunt, and whether or not we are able to maintain love relationships during that time.
I think it'd make a good movie thing.
Maybe. Yeah. There's a lot of post-apocalyptic stories out there these days. So, but this one was more from the angle of relationships.
What's your favourite post-apocalyptic story? Because I really enjoy that.
That's tough, man. That's really tough. That's a really hard question to answer. I watched I Am Legend on the bus a couple days ago.
On the bus. That's where to watch it.
Yeah. That's a tough question. I'll get back to you on that.
We're okay, yes, right. Okay, a few questions. What was your favourite part of the 2000s?
Wow. You mean as far as like a time that I had, or a band, or something?
Let's go for music.
I think probably the best thing to come out of the 2000s strictly is probably Queens of the Stone Age, even though they predate the 2000s. Phoenix is another band that came out of that era that I really think is awesome. There's some stuff. LCD Sound System, definitely an awesome moment of the 2000s. There are others, but those are the ones that just kind of pop in.
Okay. How much of your success do you feel the song Teenage Dirtbag is attributed to?
Quite a bit initially, but we've had to pull it along ourselves more recently.
So that got the name sort of out.
Yeah, it was like, in some ways it's funny, you never get a second chance at a first impression. So, you have something like that out of the gate, and people can use that as a reference point in place of getting to know you for a very long time, so but we're happy about that because the song does represent us, and it's still very challenging to get right live on stage. So we're definitely not upset about the success of Teenage Dirtbag in any way. Some people have asked me that before, but yeah, it did have initially quite a bit to do with it, but around 2005 we started to have to pull our own part. If we didn't do Lemonade, like you mentioned, or the London Song, or BMX Bandits, or any of the new stuff, we couldn't have lasted on the steam of Teenage Dirtbag.
Throwing meet like new bands, what would be your one piece of advice for getting out there?
Don't be consumed with getting out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Just be consumed with being good. Like if you're actually good, I believe this, and maybe I'm kidding myself, but I feel like word will get around.
Yeah.
If you're just special at what you do and excellent and something, you have to get back to the concept that you're asking people to give you their hard-earned money in return for entertainment. So that's the basic agreement with whose attention, the people whose attention you're trying to get, is that. So you have to make sure that what they would be asked to pay for is actually worth the price. So just be good. Don't try and get on a TV show. Don't send your demo to everybody. Fuck all that. Just play great shows, practice a lot, be very good at what you do, always evaluate what you're doing, try and record it a lot, try and view it in the sort of the most, unbiased light that you can find, and keep working on your craft.
How do you feel about One Direction actually covering your song?
I love it.
You love the fact that they've done that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. First of all, their live version is kick-ass.
Yeah.
Have you seen it at all? They've really done the song some justice. And second of all, they've taken this track that kind of came out, and then we had this falling out with the record. They've taken all the bullshit that happened with Sony and with the record industry falling apart in the mid-2000s, and they've reached into that garbage pile of wreckage and taken Teeny Dirtbag and said, "Hey everybody, look, this was the cool thing from then." And all of these, 15-year-old kids are suddenly on our Twitter account buying our newer records, and it's great.
So thank you, One Direction.
Thank you, One Direction. Way worse things can happen to a band from 1999 than to have the biggest pop group in the world point at you.
I think there was a brilliant cover on the documentary Bully, was it?
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah,
I believe that's a Belgian choir did that. It's really beautiful. Scala.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. I remember just watching it.
Yeah, that's
a really cool, nice thing.
Yeah, that's an important film that everybody should see.
Okay, I think that's it for me. So there you go.
Well, thank you for this interview, and we look forward to seeing you on stage.
Thanks,
tonight.
man. Thanks for having me.